Hello everyone, today we are here to take opinions regarding Speed 2017 from one of the most influential personality of TAPMI, Dr. Seena Biju. Thank you ma'am for taking out time from your busy schedule. Ma'am, I would like to ask you, do you have any favorite sports which you like to play or watch?
Actually, back in school, I was more into basketball. We also had games regarding, we also had games like Kho and Kabaddi that we had played. But I think basketball is my all-time favorite because I continued playing that till my graduation. And I think even afterwards, I started working. I had my students who would play, so I just sort of go and play with them. But now, no longer.
So, do you have any favorite sports person of all time?
I used to watch Michael Jordan a lot, and then somewhere along the line I sort of stopped following. But then I do watch cricket, I watch tennis, and I enjoy watching athletics actually, running, sprinting, and long jump for that matter. Yeah.
So, ma'am, what qualities do they possess you would like your students to inculcate?
I think being on the field is one of the best places for learning. I mean, it teaches you to fight, it teaches you to win, it also teaches you to, I think it teaches you to take success with an element of grace and failure with an element of perseverance. Because I know for a fact that whatever we learn in academics only tests you mentally. But when it comes to being on the field and actually fighting it out with your opponent, and there have been moments also where you feel that sometimes your opponent itself needs that help, and then you go and be that support for the person, then they start fighting all over again. I think these kind of lessons never happen in a classroom. I just personally feel that the field teaches you sportsmanship big time. Yeah, it gives you the energy to push yourself beyond what you are, and at the end of any game, whether you win it or lose, I feel it's a very gratifying feeling that you come out with. Yeah.
So, ma'am, being in an MBA environment in TAPMI, how can playing sports help students in day-to-day activities?
I think it will teach them, to begin with, it will teach them to deal with failures. Because the business world will never give it to you before you have failed a couple of times. And I think success doesn't come easy on the field. You got to practice. Like I tell some of my students, you can't play cricket by watching cricket. You want to know how it is like to be there at the pitch where you have a million people screaming their lungs out, and then you've got to bat in a way that will send them screaming for more. That requires practice. And I think if that attitude is there in you, you will sort of replicate that everywhere, whether it is your studies. So another part of playing games is also the training component. Look, I cannot be a team. And there is no I in a team. So meaning if I have to have a team, I have to learn to respect the other's ability. It's like playing football. I may be very good in keeping the goal, but I cannot run from this end of the goal to that end of the goal. Whereas I cannot not honor the person who's actually bringing that ball forward and pushing it back to me for support.
Nice. What does speed actually mean to you?
For me, speed? Oh my God! I think it is one of those activities where I think the last time we participated, we just forgot that we were faculty, or we were the staff members. We got on to the students like crazy, and it was a huge challenge for us. When we first decided that we have to participate, given our age and given where we are, we had a bit of a resistance. But I must congratulate the girls who actually came up and said we will do it. And so we had much of our staff members joining in. Parimala, Sujata, Virtya, all of them just came up and said, all right, let's form a team. And then, it was like everybody just stood there to cheer us up. We had even the students who came and would actually cheer us up saying, wow, this is fantastic. And we, I think, ended up third.
Yes.
Oh, but I take great pride in saying this, that it was a fun time of our life. We had some casualties, but that's okay. I think it was worth it.
So, ma'am, was there any specific moments in Speed 2016 that you thought showcased the commendable sportsman spirit?
I think one moment where I can actually vouch for is that one time when we beat a team to get into the third level. That team was so strong. And they were all out there, and these are young girls. You just can't take their energy for granted. And they had so much fervor in them. While the game was on, we could see that they were strategizing so well, and they gave